Hi, my curious astro viewers. I'm Susie Cox, and this video is on retrogrades. So what is a retrograde? Well, even if people don't know their sun sign, they know Mercury retrograde, right? So I wanted to take a look at what are retrogrades. Now, this video is not going to be about interpreting retrogrades in your birth chart. No, it's going to be about visualizing really what a retrograde is. So retrograde is called relative velocity. It's a difference in speeds between two bodies. In this case, it's the planets, but retrograde motion can be seen on the Earth too. So from the faster train, it looks like the slower train's going backwards. Well, they're both going in the same direction, only different speeds, right? Also, if you're stopped at a stoplight over here and then there's a car next to you, are they going backwards? Are you going forwards? It's that weird optical illusion feeling. Well, that's retrograde motion. So let's take a look and see what happens with the planets. Now, we're all in quarantine, right? So everybody's getting to know my props. So here's the Earth, but I've rearranged my living room. And I'm going to be wrapping something gold fabric, a gold skirt of mine, around it and pretend like this is the sun. And I'm going to be doing a retrograde motion. So there's a difference between inner retrogrades and outer retrogrades. They're a different mechanism. So the inner retrogrades work with, so here look at the solar system. So we have the sun, Mercury, Venus, the Earth. So Mercury and Venus do inner retrograde, they're inner planets. And then here we have the Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Those are all the outer planets. So that's outer retrogrades. And there's different in how they work. So let's take a look at inner retrograde. Hi, Mercury. Mercury's introducing himself to us. Mercury is the winged messenger. You can see the wings here. And Mercury is now going direct. Mercury goes direct and moving forward on the other side of the sun. Now, Mercury is going retrograde. Mercury retrogrades 3 times a year for 3 weeks each time. Now, Mercury is turned direct again and moving forward on the other side of the sun. Bye, Mercury. Hi, Venus. How are you? Oh, flowers. Oh, love. Venus is the planet of love. And Venus is starting to go direct. Venus moving into direct motion. Venus moves forward. Every year and a half, Venus goes retrograde. Look at how much further away from the sun it is. And it retrogrades for 6 weeks every year and a half. And now Venus has come back. Now Venus is going direct again on the other side of the sun. Sweet. Bye, Venus. Okay, my astro viewers, my curious astro viewers, those were Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde. As you can see, they're going around the sun because they're inner planets. So Mercury goes around the sun pretty fast. Venus goes around the sun a lot wider because Venus is farther out in its orbit. And so those were our inner retrogrades. Now we're going to shift to outer retrogrades. And this is where you guys come in, my curious astro viewers, because this is going to be interactive. Interactive. This is the outer retrograde. So here I have Mars over here. I've moved Mars back a little bit. And we're going to be moving past Mars. And that's where Mars will go retrograde. So we have to physically do that. So I'm going to unhook the camera and I'm going to be moving the camera with you guys so we can do the Mars and the outer retrograde motion. Okay, here we go. Now for Mars retrograde. So I've grabbed the camera, pretending like that is the Earth. All my curious astro viewers are with me, and as we go past Mars, sure enough, it looks like Mars is going retrograde. Bye, Mars. Okay, my curious astro viewers, was that fun? We actually physically did interactive retrogrades. So you can see the difference. The inner retrograde is we from the Earth are watching Mercury go around the Sun, or Venus go around the Sun. So it goes direct, and then it goes retrograde, and then it goes direct again. So that's what happens with the inner retrogrades. The outer retrogrades, the Earth is the one that's moving. So the Earth is faster than the orbit of Mars. So remember we talked about the fast train and the slow train? Well, Mars was the slow train. Since we're going faster than Mars, it appears that Mars was going backwards. So I took the camera, physically walked past Mars, and sure enough, you could see Mars retrograding. So, and all the outer planets do it exactly the same way that I did with Mars, okay? So that's the difference between inner retrogrades, outer retrogrades. So now, my curious astro viewers, you guys understand retrograde motion now, right? That was so much fun. Okay. All right, so my curious astro viewers, stay positive, keep curious, and I'll see you soon.
To see more of Susie, find her here on this channel, her webpage, susiecox.com, and on Facebook and Instagram at Susie Cox Astrology.